Hey, what is up? I was about to say Facebook. I'm so sorry. Hey, what is up, YouTube? It's me. I told y'all I was coming back, and I'm so sorry about this angle. My camera is on a Similac container, so this is just as best as it can get. I'm so sorry. And the light, there's like a window right here, and it's just not. Everything is kind of messed up. So anyway, today I wanted to talk to you about my labor and delivery. And I forgot how many hours I was in labor, so please do not ask me that. So let's just get right along, and I'll make this as fast and as not gross as possible. Gotcha? Gotcha. So, my boy, I had a boy, and he weighed 6 pounds and 6.2 ounces. Yeah, 6.2 ounces. And his name is Navy, like, the Navy. So, here's how it happened. Navy was supposed to be on March 10th, 2018. But on March 1st, 2018, I received a phone call from my from my doctor saying, like, your blood pressure was kind of high the last time I checked you, so can you just check it again for me? I was like, yeah, sure. And my mom, she's a CNA, so she had, little gadgets here and there. So, she checked my blood pressure, and I'm not really sure about medical terms or whatever, but I guess it was high because once my mom told the doctor told me I had to come in and get induced because I had preeclampsia or something, but I felt normal. So anyway, so March 1st, we're rushing, we're getting everything in order for his room, the last little details. I make his baby bag, and I'll do another video, another video on what I put in it and what I actually used and stuff like that. So, I can already see that this video is going to be a tad bit long. Anyway, so let's just fast forward to me getting to the hospital. So I get to the hospital, and mind you, all I had was for that day was like a PB&J, because I think we left around 4-ish maybe, and we got to the hospital like around 5-ish, probably close to 6. Anyway, so I asked the doctor if I could eat, and she said, yeah, I'd rather you eat now because later you won't be able to. I was like, okay. So my mom got me like some chicken nuggets, a cheeseburger, and some fries, and, something to drink. So anyway, so they stick the IV in, and I forgot what they put in the little bag thing to induce me, but, I got induced. So I didn't really start to feel anything, like the first 3 hours maybe, and I start to feel like a little contraction. But I didn't know it was like a contraction until the doctor told me it was. Like, I thought it was just, like a little cramp. Because while I was pregnant, I did feel cramps and stuff like that. Like period cramps, like my period was about to come on. And so, yeah, the doctor told me that it was a contraction. And in my mind, I'm thinking, girls really can't take pain if this is a contraction. Like, it just didn't hurt to me. So, like an hour or two later, they got really, really bad. And then I took it all back. They got really seriously bad. So, they had to drug me with morphine. So I took that, but the thing with morphine is that it does work, but it doesn't at the same time. So, like, you can be asleep, but once you have the contractions, I'm so sorry. I feel like I have to burp or something. So But once you have the contractions, you instantly wake up. But as soon as you're done, you go right back, like right back to sleep. So I dealt with that for a couple of hours until I asked for my epidural. But what I didn't know about the epidural is that you're supposed to take it a couple of hours before you deliver. But I didn't know that, so I took it the night before. So I take it and I was just on cloud nine. Like, I didn't feel nothing. I felt so good. And I was like, I know why all these pop stars, all these rock stars be taking drugs, because I just felt amazing. I couldn't feel anything, like nothing. So, the doctors comes in to checks me, like how far the baby is and stuff like that. And the way they have to do it is that they have to like stick their finger up there, but they don't stick like this much up there. They stick so like they have to go in deep, like hella deep. And like I was 20, like it hurted me. So, I was kind of squirming and moving and saying ouch and stuff like that. And this bitch of a nurse was like, it's like, oh, that hurts. I don't see how you can have the baby and stuff like that. But they checked me when I didn't have the epidural in me. So, yeah. So when I didn't have the epidural in me, and when I had the morphine in me, like, it still hurted. So, I get the epidural now. And, I just felt fine. And like maybe an hour or two after I got my epidural, they tried to check me again, and this time they brought in a different nurse because I really didn't want that nurse. So the other nurse. So she checks me, and I was like, you can go as deep as you want to. Like, I was so cocky, like, oh my god. So she checks me. She's saying that I was a couple of centimeters dilated, and that's about it. She walked out. So that night, I fell asleep. Like, I don't want to say I slept all night, but I don't think I did. I'm not sure. So I forgot to add a little detail. So what was the detail? So that morning, I woke up to, contractions. I was about to say cramps. So I woke up to contractions, and I was like, what's going on? Like, did it stop? Like, did the machine stop or something? So I don't know. I have to stop looking down like that. It's just, like kind of a habit or whatever. But anyway, so I called a nurse, and I was like, hey, I think the machine stopped working. She's like, no, it's still going. I was like, well, I'm feeling cramps. And so she gets the medicine doctor. I don't know. I forgot the name for him. And she gets the doctor, and he asks me if I wanted another shot of the epidural. I was like, well, do you have to put in another needle? He said no, that he can do it from, the bag, the IV bag. So he does that, and I felt marvelous right back again. And I also wanted to say, well, during that night when I didn't have the epidural, that I literally thought I was going to die. I thought that I would not make it through this childbirth. So I called my mom over, and I was like, I'm going to die. And she was like, no, don't say that. I was like, no, like, I really feel like I'm going to die. Like, I love you. This could be the end. And I think she said whatever or something like that. But back to the other video. That morning, I think I was 8 to 9 centimeters, and they put me in the delivery room, and yeah, they put me in the delivery room. So, I'm like so nervous. I'm like, is it gonna hurt? Like, I can't really feel anything. And so, my baby dad, my mom, and the nurse and the doctor, well, the doctor didn't come in yet, but the nurse wanted to do like some practice pushes. So, they're like, push as hard as you can. So the thing with pushes is you can only push when you're having a contraction, which don't ask me, I don't know why. But yeah, I guess, yeah. You can only push when you're having a contraction. So, the ring. So, I think I did 3, I don't know. I did 3 pushes on my first contraction, 3 pushes on my second, and then 2 pushes on my third. And then when they brought in the doctor, they were like, like push again, and when I pushed, it just came out. It just came out, and I swear to God, I didn't feel anything. So what was thinking in my head was Kylie Jenner. You know how she didn't cry while she was pushing and stuff like that? I was like, I'm gonna do that. So I didn't cry, I didn't yell or anything. I just made like, the little grunt sound. So I was like so proud of myself. And he came out 6 pounds and 6.2 ounces. And like, he was a small baby, but he wasn't small to me, but in medical terms, he was small. So whenever the doctors or the nurses say that he was small, I got so mad because I just, like, he's not that small, like, I was like so protective of him. But I think I spent like 2 days with him, and then he had to go to the NICU because he had low blood sugar. But that's like a whole other depressing story that, I could tell if you want me to, but he had to spend a lot of days in the hospital. Well, not like a lot, but like just about a week and some days, maybe. But yeah, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you ask me, to do stories about, in depth, maybe, if you didn't know something, or, about he being in the NICU, or, just something, So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.